Hello everyone and welcome to Talk Tuesday. Apologies about a bit of delay. I was having a bit of a technical issue there. Anyway, I'm very delighted to be with you here today on Talk Tuesday about business, 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission's Facebook page. And what is Talk Tuesday, you ask me? Well, it is a Facebook Live where I offer business tips and advice in order to help you succeed in your business. I've been doing business for over 20 years. I run the firm called The Business Mission, www.thebusinessmission.com, where we offer services, everything from business plans to different sort of strategies that will help you grow your business, to legal contracts to safeguard the business. We've also got a trademark section which allows you to safeguard the brand of your business as well, the name of your business. So you can go to www.thebusinessmission.com to learn about all our services there. And if there's any services that you do need, please feel free to get in touch with me and I'm happy to have that conversation. So today's Talk Tuesday, I'm very excited about because it is one of my favorite things, which is business plans. I really love business plans, to tell you the truth. I find them very fascinating because they are the root of your business and they are definitely a must that you need to do before you start any business, before you look at registering a business, before you look at buying supplies or go to manufacturers or speak to suppliers or even get people to work on board. A business plan is absolutely crucial. So today we are going to talk about what is a business plan. Okay, a lot of people out there might not even know what a business plan is. So we're going to talk about what is a business plan and how do you go about doing this business plan, writing one, okay? Then we'll follow through with what are some items which are included in this business plan that you need. Following that, is it possible to write a good business plan in one regular sized paragraph or even a page? Okay, so we're going to discuss that and what happens after you complete the business plan? Okay, what happens after you complete that business plan? What do you do with it? All right, so that's what we're going to discuss today. It's Nancy Steidel from the Business Mission. Delighted to be here today with you, and let's get cracking on. So, what is a business plan, and how would one go about writing it? Okay, in a nutshell, a business plan is a roadmap, okay, to show you how to go from where you want to go to where you are. Okay, so you want to write down, it's a bit like you decide to go on a road trip and you pull out a map and you look at the map and you go, okay, we're going to go this direction to get this and we're going to stop here and we're going to stop there, okay? So basically, it is a roadmap of how you want to get your business from A to B, okay? Its core is the systematic game plan, which highlights all the strategies and tactical initiatives of completing the journey or getting where you want to go with the business, okay? Your game plan also provides a very clear snapshot of all the potential obstacles and roadblocks that may pop up, and also a whole list of possible strategies to deal with them, okay? It serves as your contingency plan, all right? So again, a lot of people really challenged through COVID because they had no business plan, and then they blamed COVID for the collapse of their business, which was not the case. Had they done a very strong business plan, any storm that would have appeared, they would have been ready for it. Okay, so that's what the SWOT does in the business plan, is if there's a global downfall, how do I move forward and out of that? Because like business is like having a child. If your child is ill, you will find everything to make the child well. Okay, and then you will look at your options. Okay, so that's the same with business. If you have it mapped out in regards to, okay, look, if the economy is going to do this, if the government body is going to do that, if there is a global downfall, how am I going to be smarter than what's going to attack me, okay, or my business? I like to point out that the fire test for your business plan will come up from your consistency of follow-up and massive follow-up through of whatever you have set out to do as laid in your game plan or business plan, okay? Furthermore, the game plan It's not etched in stone. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to do a business plan because it's etched in stone. No, you have to stay laser focused on your goals and objects, but you must remain steadfastly flexible in your tactical executions. Okay, so a business plan is not set in stone. You actually have to revisit it every 3 to 4 months. And that's what I do with my clients. We do a business plan and then we look at the changes that they've done in the last 3 or 4 months and update it. Okay, it's very important to do that. A lot of people, oh, I do a business plan, oh, it's not working for me. Well, you didn't look at it since 6 years ago, so that's probably why it's not working for you. Okay, a good business plan guides you through each stage from starting to manage your business to the little spots along the way. Okay, you will use your business plan as a roadmap to structure, run, and grow your business to the next level. I know seeing a lot of people on Facebook or on any other social media platform that look for investment, and they've had a business, a couple years, and they're saying, oh, I need some money to expand. They do not need money to expand. They need money because they're in debt and they didn't have a strategic plan in place. Okay, because if you are doing the business correctly, it will give you profits, and those profits can be recycled back into the business. You never scale up the business when it's not ready to do it. You've got to scale up as the business generates its profits, no sooner and no later. Okay, business plans can help you get the right team on board, okay? Or require that funding maybe to start the journey, okay? If you are looking for investment to start a journey, that's very different than if you are 2 years in, all right? Investors want to feel confident that they see that you've got a roadmap planned out and that they can see the potential of the return of their investment through that roadmap. Okay, your business plan is a tool you will use to show people that you are working with, or maybe invest in company. But also, you must understand that a business plan is not only for an investor. Number one is the business plan needs to be for you. Okay, like when you're deciding to have a child, you spend 9 months in the womb, the child does. That is like a business plan for the business, for the child. Okay, if you don't have that, and then the baby comes out and you didn't give it the time it needs to structure, it may have some complications, and that's the same with business. Okay, so it's really, really important that you do the business plan for yourself first and foremost. Okay, again, another analogy: if you build a house, you wouldn't just go run and get a door or a roof or a wall. You would go and get a blueprint done to make sure the foundation is in place so that the walls and the roof can stand up. Okay, so you should write a business plan if you love to plan a more detailed document for your idea. Okay, once you select the format, you should have outlined your plan in different sections to have a very clear understanding. We're going to get to that in point 2. Okay, if you do need help doing a business plan, I love business plans. Okay, I do a business plan course. It's one-to-one session where you will visit me and I will visit you once a week, up to 2 hours via Skype, Zoom, and I've got a business plan template, which is a very successful business plan template, and I will guide you through the process of doing a wonderful and successful business plan. Okay, it's Nancy Stidle from the Business Mission. I'm very delighted to be here with you at Talk Tuesday About Business. I'm here every Tuesday, 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission. I like to help people. Solve their problems in business. That's what I'm very passionate about. And really, 99% of time, the problem comes from the root of the business, which is the business plan or laying the foundations, what people forgot to do because they just got excited and ran off and got a website done, or they ran off and got social media platforms down, and they just didn't lay the foundation. So you can save yourself so much stress in business if you simply do the foundation first. Okay, so I'm here at 12 noon UK time in the Business Mission. I run the Business Mission, www.thebusinessmission.com. Now, we are just talking about business plans. What are some items which will be included in this business plan? Well, first of all, obviously, what is the business about? The who, what, where, why, and how of the business. Okay, your competitors would be in there. A SWOT, that's really crucial. A SWOT analysis, your cash flows and projections, and most important, your exit strategy. Okay, a lot of people miss that out, but you must have an exit strategy. If you understand what an exit strategy is, you will understand how valuable that is in your business. Okay, an exit allows you to understand how much value you need to put in the business every day in order to exit for a certain amount. Okay, everything you add to this business plans, marketing strategies, marketing plans, brand strategy, social media strategies, advertising strategies, sales strategies, trademark. They are all assets which bring value to the business. Okay, that's another conversation I will discuss on another Talk Tuesday. Okay, so we are heading on to the next question. It's now started from the Business Mission, Talk Tuesday about business, every Tuesday, 12 noon UK time. Is it possible to write a good business plan in one regular size paragraph? No, it's not. And it's very painful when I see people do that. Like, no, you can't do a business plan in one page. Okay, let me explain an analogy of a raft and a yacht. Okay, a raft only maybe has 3 or 4 logs. You've got some rowboats. Now, if you built a yacht, which should take longer than a raft to build, but there's more juice in it, there's more structure in it, the chances are if you go to sea, this yacht is going to last longer than the raft. Okay, so you really need to go into good depth and detail, okay, about the business and also, the whole blueprint of the business. A very good business plan is 30 to 40 pages long, okay, with a cash flow sheet, okay? Actually, 30 to 40 is nothing, but when you think about when you do all the strategies, marketing, branding, social media, your marketing segmentation, your target audience, your SWOT analysis, all those things add up those pages. Then you've got your cash flow sheet. So when someone says to me, no, that's ridiculous, 30 pages, really, it isn't. Once you've gone into detail with all those sections, and I'm talking about target audience is probably about 5 pages right there, because you need to talk about their behaviors, their psychographics, their buying powers, where they're located. The more detail you go into your target audience, the more you're going to get them to attract you because you are speaking a language they understand. Wait, that's a whole different topic about target audience. But my explanation to you is that when you really go in depth in the juice of a business plan, it is definitely reaching about 35 to 40 pages long. Okay, so that should give you understanding. And on to our final question, which is, what happens after you complete the business plan? Well, you got to execute it. Okay, you got to execute it, but also you've got to expand more, so you channel out the stuff that you wrote in. Okay, so for example, there would be a small section of marketing. You would then expand that into a marketing strategy and marketing plan. You would expand it into a brand strategy. You would expand to a PR strategy. Okay, so you would expand these things out. Marketing strategy, then marketing plan, then a marketing campaign. Okay, in the business plan, there is little information, but you need to elaborate that. It's a bit, again, like you draw a blueprint and there's a room over there, okay, in the blueprint. You say, oh, that's the bedroom, but then you've got to decorate the bedroom and you've got to make it, a livable area. And that's the same with a business plan, okay? You need to carry on doing these strategies as well to keep building the floors, okay? They're called floors in business. The thing is, a lot of people go, how do I get clients? How do I find clients? But the more floors you add to the business, the higher the business becomes. And people can see from the distance and they come towards you, okay? And there's this energy and you're writing content and you're talking about what you're learning as you're building the business. And then people want to get involved. You don't need to go out and find business, okay? You need to let them know you exist, but you don't need to go. You need to just keep working within, because those who hear you and see you will find you. They will respond to you, okay? So start implementing what you have done in a business plan. Believe me, business is so easy. It's us who's, complicated without putting a foundation in for it. If you're not sure about how to do a business plan, and this is another thing I see on many social media platforms. Well, I'm starting a business. I don't know where to start. Can somebody help me? Okay. Well, that sort of help isn't going to be free. I'm sorry, because you're going to work with a professional that will get you to the top. If you need a house built, you'll go to an architect, and that architect ain't going to do and draft a blueprint for you free. Okay. So, but you must work with somebody. Listen, if you've done one business with an expert, and you succeed at that, then you'll know what to do. But if you've never started a business before, please take the time to invest money and work with an expert. I see a lot of people go to these small business bureaus of their council, but those people haven't started a business. They haven't even built a business. They're just employed by the council to help give you a business plan template. But if you don't know what to do with the template, it's really useless. Okay, so work with a professional. It's probably one of the best things you can invest in, is work with somebody who's done it. And when I say done it, it's not somebody who talks about it and says, oh, you know what, this is what you need to do. No, they should have done a business themselves. I've done 3 businesses myself. They should know how to write a business plan. I have done hundreds of business plans, okay? So look for those people to help you do a business plan and look what they've achieved. And if you feel, wow, they've achieved this and that's where I want to go, then work with them, okay? So hopefully that has given you an insight on business plans and why they are so crucial. I wish everyone would do a business plan. It's because I love to see their business succeed. And, they will be much happier people in business. So many people are very unhappy in business because they didn't do structure to their business. Anyway, it's Nancy Stidle from the Business Mission. I'm signing off now. Thank you very much for those who have signed on and watched the live. And I will be here next Tuesday, 12 noon UK time, in the Business Mission's Facebook page for Talk Tuesday about business. I wish you a very successful and productive week ahead. And if you haven't done that business plan, there's always time to slow down and incorporate it in your business. And you can definitely speak to me, because I have a love of business plans and I will get your business plan in place, working with you to make it a success. Take care and have a great week ahead. Bye.